Hello CFISD community. As you may know, we are in the middle of a pivotal 88th Texas legislative session. While lawmakers are working in Austin, an advocacy group right here in CFISD is also at work, communicating the key needs of our public schools to those legislators. The CFISD Community Leadership Committee, or CLC, is a volunteer group of parents, business people, and retirees who believe that having a strong neighborhood school district is important to the economic well-being of our community. Today I'm going to share some of the critical school funding issues facing CFISD this session, and then we'll discuss how you can get involved.
A key topic of the CLC this session is for the state to invest in CFISD students and staff through school finance. The first priority we want to communicate is to increase the basic allotment and add an inflationary index. What does this mean? The basic allotment is how the legislature funds schools on a per-student basis. Currently, the allotment sits at $6,160 and has not been increased since 2019, while we have experienced inflation of 14.5%. Just like inflation impacts your household budget, it also impacts our school budget. We are seeking an increase of $1,000 per student in order to offset increased costs and provide raises for all staff. The inflationary index will help offset future inflation before the next legislative session. Next, we ask our lawmakers to increase the state reimbursement for special education services to cover actual district costs. Currently, the state provides a special education allotment of $80.5 million. However, actual CFISD special ed costs exceeded $126 million. Next priority, provide adequate state-based funding for state-required mandates. This includes all required accelerated instruction or tutoring, initial special education assessments, and school safety standards. If Texas mandates it, Texas should fund it. Next, we ask legislators to modify the adjustment in the Comptroller's property value assignment for the local optional homestead exemption to incentivize districts to provide additional tax relief. The CFISD Board of Trustees has continued to reward district taxpayers with a 20% homestead exemption, which is great, but unfortunately, the district loses out on nearly $90 million in tax collections as a result. Our state leadership loves tax cuts. Could we show some love for the school districts who grant them? Lastly, we ask to provide reimbursement for safety expenditures and to increase the school safety allotment. The current allotment is a drop in the bucket for a district like ours that prioritizes school safety. CFISD receives $1.04 million, but our safety and security costs for our campus and district facilities, police department, and mental health initiatives exceed $306 million. Following the Uvalde tragedy last spring, state officials vowed to take a heightened approach to school safety. Providing reimbursement to districts that are already taking it seriously would be a big step in that effort.
I know that's a lot to digest, but we hope this video helped explain what CFISD faces with school funding. There is a CFISD budget brochure on the CLC webpage that you can also refer to. So how can you help? Legislators will respond if constituents like you speak up. From the CLC webpage, you can access the Who Represents Me link, where you can enter your address and see all of your local and state representatives. From there, use their listed email address or phone number and choose one of the legislative priorities we discussed today to share with them. It's that easy. You can follow up with another priority in a later email, but keeping it simple will help each office remember what's important to you, the voter. Be sure to follow the CLC on social media, and you can sign up for legislative updates on the CLC webpage through the district's Remind app. Thank you for helping our advocacy efforts this legislative session.